Alright guys, we're back. Just a quick little update. Thanks to one of my family members. Apparently I spelled rogue wrong, and I spelled Horadric wrong. Apparently Horadric has an A in it. Thanks autocorrect. And rogue, I was spelling rogue wrong. I was spelling it R-O-U-G-E, but it's spelled R-O-G-U-E. So I had the U in the wrong place. Good thing we're only 5 videos in. I didn't realize I was spelling rogue wrong because it just sounds the way it sounds to me. So I just spelt it the way I thought it was spelled. That's not embarrassing at all. So nothing else has really changed. We haven't done any grinding or anything like that. So let's see. We do need to get a better shield because 25% block rate is just not going to help us out when we fight Andariel. Let's see. 30%. Thanks. 37. Ooh, you do have a 3-socketed though. 38. What the hell is giving us strength? Take that away to... We should have enough. What the hell are we going to put in though? We're so close to Act 2, I don't really want to waste any gems, but 7... And Mercenary is not going to really matter too much anyways. I can load up on a bunch of, like, 30 extra health for her, but that's not really going to do much. It's not going to do much to me either. Oh, let me turn on the volume. I turned it down last night. It's weird because it won't play the music without the sound, so it's like... Go figure. Not something like Minecraft where you can turn down the volume but you can still listen to music, but that's as long as you turn down the actual volume, not the master volume, so it's like... So in other words, we didn't bother getting jail level waypoint. Just really no point to it. So we're in the inner cloister. This is basically where you enter the cathedral, the main cathedral area. Kind of annoying because you go against a bunch of random enemies, mostly the dark ones, and then there's a final mini boss that's like in the far back, and his name is Bone Ash or something like that. He's a green skeleton, and he shoots poison, but he also has cold enchantment too. So, oh, the greeting party's here. Hello, gentlemen. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Get my potion fingers ready here. I'm pretty well stuck on potions right now, but... Yeah. Should be back here somewhere. Where are you at? Ah, there he is. Yeah, dead. A barbarian helmet. Come on, man. Better be worth something. Oh, yeah. This is an ethereal item, but as you can see, it's kind of like faded out and stuff. Ethereal items aren't really worth much anyways. And they can't be repaired, so it's like they're completely useless. The only thing ethereal items really offer is that they tend to be more upgraded. Usually tend to offer more damage or offer more defense. But since they can't be repaired, and unless you're actually, that part of your body is actually being hit, you know, depends on the durability and how fast it'll go down. Usually with something like a shield, if you're constantly blocking, your durability is going to go down a lot more quicker. Same thing with weapons and stuff too. Shouldn't be... No, that's some of these guys in here. Wraiths. Oh, and I was wrong too, because I was playing my Amazon on Battle.net last night. What did I say was the Yetis are the second out of like the 4 ones out of the gargantuans, because there's one more in Act 3, which is the Wailing Beast, and then there's the final one, I'm pretty sure, that's in Act 5, so there's like 4 different versions of them.
This place is eerie.
Catacombs is the final step to taking on Andariel. 4 levels to it. Big place. Gain a lot of experience. Like I said, you really don't want to start Act 2 until you're at least level 16 or 18 at most. Kind of rare. Otherwise, you're going to struggle. Especially if your resistances aren't good. Luckily enough, we are okay on the resistances. Lightning tends to be my weakest when I start hitting Act 2, and that's kind of a problem because there's really annoying ass enemies in there. Ratmen you'll basically see later on in the game, but their name's something different. So they are an Act 3 enemy, but they are a weaker version in Act 1. So, and with the maps and stuff like that, on each difficulty, the map size grows bigger. So on hell difficulty, this map would be like 4 times the size it is. And it has like a lot more mini bosses in there, a lot more immune, and have spectral hit and stuff like that, so. Usually filled with these guys, so. Which is that? Okay, dead end like that. So what I'll probably do is, once we end this video here, debating if I want to keep our gems. Because on my Battle.net Amazon that I'm running, it's basically like a test run for this Amazon to see where I want to go with it. I didn't really bother keeping our gems. They just kept piling up, and, you know, trying to get the right gems that I needed, I just didn't bother with it. I just kept the higher level gems. I kept all our diamonds because diamonds are the ones that are really going to save your butt the most. So what I'll do is that, because I know Andariel drops decent rares, so I'll probably just end up farming her for our Amazon, on this Amazon, and just do a few countess runs. I'll just load up on ruins, so I can at least make our rune words. So she'd be better well off than my Battle.net Zon, so. Always make sure you have scrolls. It's the one thing I don't always check when I start rushing people in Battle.net is if I have scrolls or not. So it's like, I'll probably do that as like an end bonus video. I'll show you guys my only 2 remaining characters on Battle.net. Because with Battle.net, you have ladder characters and you have non-ladder characters. And ladder characters allows you to access of everything. Well, I mean, you get all set pieces you want, but you can only get in certain type of ladder rune words, which tend to be the best of the best. But ladder only lasts for 6 months, and after that, they pretty much reset your character, so that everyone has a fair chance, and no one's just marketing on all the items. So. And out of all the acts that you play, Act 2 is the only one you can't actually skip. And I'll explain that like a little later on once we actually reach Act 2. Waypoint? Nice. At this pace, we should be able to reach Andariel, so. Oh, there's an extra point of strength and cold resistance. I'll take it. I didn't struggle too much with Andariel on my Battle.net Zon, so we should be technically okay. Mercenary died, but It's to be expected. So. You can see it's just like, there's nothing but just chipped gems. You can't do anything with them until you actually get the item you need in Act 2 anyway, so. Alright, we still get the waypoints. At this pace, we should be able to kill Andariel. And then we can start a little bit of Act 2. I don't know if I get my... I do have a crappy bow, that's why. Can't remember if I actually gave her anything good. That works. I'm not gonna say no to that. I have a crossbow we're not using. And so I know I'm not gonna keep the gems anytime soon. I'll just load up on give her. Let me see. What, 6, 8? Yeah, screw it. I'll usually either put a certain type of gem in there and just stock up on the damage, or do a mixed variety. Usually if you can get sapphires, because they give you cold damage, you mix up something like, you know, and stock it up with emeralds, you can at least freeze your target while the poison is slowly knocking them down. In this case of Andariel, she's just has highly poison resistance, so it makes it kind of annoying to go against, but I don't expect our mercenary to last very long since she just has crap gear. That should help me out a bit. Check one last thing before we go. We still have our imbuement, so we're definitely keeping that. So as long as you have any decent armor for her, or actually helmet wise. Cold facet recovery. Facet recovery is really nice because it just allows you to heal quicker from every time you get hit. So that's not gonna matter much against Andariel for her. Would it be good against? Be good for my Amazon and stuff like that. Alright. She has some items set up for her. See how long she actually lasts against Andariel. I don't know what the hell I just picked up. I've been watching people play that game Grounded. Hilarious. Watching grown-ass men scream like a bunch of little girls when they get jump scared by giant spiders. It's really funny. Or watching new people see a ladybug and think it's going to be an easy target and then just turn around and just get molly-whopped. Ooh, well, we're getting the jewels. And if you don't know what grounded is, it's basically like... Hold on a minute. Well, thank you for the welcome party. It's basically Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in the game version. So it's actually pretty funny. I'll stop bringing it back, you little turd. Alright, one last floor. Alright, stocking up on the jewelry over here. Yeah, she's taking out the enemies a lot more quicker now. Ghouls are basically one of the last versions of the dead you'll actually come across. They're not skeletons. And I mean dead, I'm talking about like zombies-wise, so. There's like one more version of them. And then that should be about it of them too. What shrine's that? Health shrine? I can get out of this fight. Oh, stop. Oh god, I hate these guys. And these cold chances too. Makes things even more goddamn annoying. Stop hitting me. I hate those goddamn guys because they're really annoying on health difficulty. The Banish are basically the first version you'll come across of them here, but you'll later fight them in Act 2. And they're just so goddamn annoying. Because if you don't have crap for fire resistance, you will get pummeled by them. Dodge life. No matter what it is. What's this? Third fight to attack rating. Thanks, game. Jeez. Give me all those jewels and rings, and they're just a pile of crap. Hello. The one thing I've noticed too is when a door's unopened like this, enemies can't go through it. But I've seen with certain type of enemies, if you open the door and then reclose it, those enemies can actually open that door on you. So, be wary of that. That's not the way you know. Come on, we're looking for Andariel here. Pretty low level too, so we're definitely gonna do some grinding afterwards. Closer? Might be over here. I have a feeling it is, just because of the way it's more open. You know, I'm gonna run over there anyways, just in case. If it's not, I'm gonna be really goddamn annoyed. I gotta walk. You can't just like put a goddamn shortcut right there. It's like, come on now. Some of the map rolls are just kind of. I'm gonna be really annoyed if it's not over here. And survey says, God damn it. We just walked all the way over here for no reason. It's not even over there. These terrible map rolls. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, we should have stuck the way we were going then. God damn it. I apologize. And there will be times when you play the game where you'll scour the entire map and never find the entrance, only to find it's in like one dinky little spot you never checked, and boom, there's the entrance right there. You know, I've spent a good solid like 10 or 15 minutes scouring a map trying to figure out where the hell the goddamn entrance is, and I end up finding it by complete accident. It's got to be around here. Bears. Right area, wrong side. Okay. Disclaimer wise now, when you go in to fight Andariel, fair warning, this is where the nudity part comes in. Her boobs are hanging out. Simple as that. She's pretty much topless, and she's a giant spider lady who throws poison at you. So, disclaimer there. If you have anything against nudity in games, well, go ahead and skip to whatever part I'm done defeating her. Just get that disclaimer out of there. But otherwise, too, leave a porter outside here because she will follow you, too, all the way to the entrance. And she can be really annoying, especially if you don't have a decent block rate. Fight her at melee because she's less likely a chance to use her poison attacks. If you try her at range, you better hope you have some really good range damage. Because otherwise, she will just mollywop you with it. Throwing a couple of champions in my way. Alright. Let's not stand next to the fire. Thank you very much. Didn't mean to get that. And there's another little tip I will be... Oh! Clay Glass Shield. Second piece item. Poison Ridges, that actually will help us out a lot. Especially against Andariel. Well, decent drop. Help us reduce our poison damage we'll be taking from her. Oh, and fire like this will hurt your character too if you try to run to her, run through it, or stand next to it too. So be careful. Game elemental damage like that will hurt you. So, all right, time to pick up the pieces here, boys. Y'all gonna die, or I'm gonna continuously miss. Really? Stop that. Okay. Now, when you walk in here, there's a little path that's up here, and Andariel is usually like in the far back of the room. This is where it gets kind of tricky, especially with new people, because they just want to rush in there, you know, fight the boss. You don't want to do that. Because over on the corner side over here, there is Dark One Shaman and his little minions, and up on the corner over here, there's another Dark One and his shamans, and then there's this rug that comes out where these two pillars are. Once you reach a certain past that point, Andariel will start walking down here and start throwing her little poison nova crap at you. It'd be fine, but your mercenary tends to wander off and trigger Andariel earlier than you want. So it's like kind of goddamn annoying. All I can really say is I hope my goddamn amplify kicks in when I'm attacking Andariel. With Andariel, always lure her back into these rooms. Because it makes it a lot more easier and you don't have to deal with these little guys. Now, this is where it's going to get kind of tricky. Because sometimes, stop hitting me, you little turd. The shaman will either be like right up in here or he'll be like all the way in the back. And if he's all the way in the back, you pretty much got a crap roll. But if we get lucky with our mercenary, we might be able to actually target him. Where the hell is he at? Right here. You're not dodging my goddamn son. Dead. Alright. We got our goddamn lobe first. Let's level up. Your mercenaries have the biggest problem of luring enemies in this goddamn game towards you, and it's really annoying. It's like you'd be standing here completely by yourself. Not a single goddamn enemy in the entire game. Your mercenary wanders off screen, and you're fighting an entire horde of them. It's goddamn annoying. Alright. I'm going to actually switch these out. That's not what I want. Alright, let's fight Andariel. Come on, Lee. Get a mercenary to get back over here. There you go. Oh yeah, we got you easily. Get him distracted, Burst. Dead. Trust me, Andariel's a lot harder than that than you may think. Especially if you don't have crap for gear. But luckily enough for us, you know, my attack does 174 damage, so it's like...
This maiden shall inflict no more anguish.
So, Andariel's basically the maiden of anguish. So, basically, she's the maiden of pain. And, you know, she drops actually pretty decent rare, so... Let's drop an Elder Rune, though. I will take that. She'll occasionally drop some gems and stuff, too. Okay. Garbage. decent. Better than what I have. Yeah. Bother carrying that. Poison sword. Not bad. Andariel's weakness is fire too, so if you're playing something like a fire source or a holy fire,
We owe you a debt we can never repay. I only hope that in time we will be able to rebuild our order. All our thanks go with you, my friend.
if you're playing something like a holy fire paladin, you should be able to easily annihilate her. Or a fire sin, fire druid. If you're playing something like a barbarian, then I'd recommend, anything you can get your hands hold of. I cannot speak. Anything you can get, any weapons that do fire damage would be better for you. Otherwise, you're going to somewhat struggle with a barbarian. In this case, the Zon just, load up on your power strike and boom, you win. Alright. Grab that one last loot. And once you defeat Andariel, everyone's going to want to talk to you. And there's a main blue portal that stays open in the catacombs so that you can just go back and, take all the loot if you don't have enough room.
This is a great victory indeed, but many more battles await. I will accompany you on your journey, lending what assistance I can. Remember, Diablo is still out there, seeking something in the desert. I'm afraid that this nightmare will not end until you find what it is that he seeks.
Also, there's little intros in the beginning of the game, and then through once you travel to the next act, there's little movie cinematics. I don't have those in there just because of copyright purposes and stuff like that. So.
Andariel's death brings about renewed life for us all. We mourn the loss of our dear sisters, but at least now we can get on with our lives. I may have misjudged you, Outlander. You are a true hero, and testament to the noble spirit which has inspired our order for generations. Farewell, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, she's a grizzly bear, but she's got a soft heart.
Good day.
All that junk. Well, actually, while we're here anyways, because I'll be picking up an Act 2 mercenary. Ice Bolt. Yeah, you're not going to have anything I'm going to want. Froststone was really nice, especially if you put on a mercenary. I apologize for the symbols. Because it just shoots out this big old frost nova and freezes all the enemies within inside the ring. So it's actually really good if you have a melee mercenary. It's not to you.
You'll probably go east now. It was good to know you. I hope you'll come back if you ever need anything.
Yeah, if you sell better stuff than the rest of them, I'm sure I will.
Good day.
Geed.
I'm gonna party like it's $9.99.
And then we talk to Borif. Where the hell are you at?
The caravan is prepared. We may now journey eastward to Lut Golain. Your presence honors me.
Alright, welcome to Lut Golain. It's basically the Jewel City of the East. As I was explaining in the catacombs, Act 2 is the only act you can't skip. Now here's the reason why, and if you play Battle.net, you know this. God, I hate allergies. If you have the waypoint to Catacombs 2, you can immediately skip, jump into that, fight Andariel, and go to Act 2. With Act 3, there's 2 bosses you have to fight, and you can immediately there's one main boss you have to fight, and then there's the final boss, and then you can skip to Act 4. Act 4, you can just skip straight to Diablo, kill him, jump to Act 5. Act 2, on the other hand, you can't skip, because it's actually one of the permanent acts you have to do you don't have to do every single quest, but you have to do every single main quest in order to proceed on to Act 3, which is one of the main reasons why people hate Act 2 so much, because you're forced to having to do it, and there's no way of skipping it. So, this is Jerem. He's basically the Prince of Lut Golain.
Lord of Lutgolain, and I bid you welcome to my fair port city. I'm glad to know that once again, caravans are free to travel through the Western Pass. For some time now, we have been under siege by an evil power that I cannot identify. Strange, it all began when a dark wanderer came this way, looking for the tomb of Talrasha. No one knows exactly where Talrasha, keeper of Baal, is entombed, but it is certain to be far out in the desert. Now my people whisper tales of the dead rising from their tombs, and horrible creatures lurking amongst the moonlit dunes. Even I have witnessed things which I cannot explain. I've ordered the port closed and all trade ships moored until I am sure that my city is safe. Atma, the tavern keeper, has an important mission for you. Go see her immediately. You'll find her on the other side of town. Now I must return to the palace. I apologize, but I can't invite you in. Things are rather a mess right now.
That's an inside joke, too. You'll later find out why.
Now that Andariel is dead, I can return and outfit the rogues properly. Once I've made some trades here, I'll be free to head back to their monastery. Let me know if you want to travel along.
So basically, Lutgolain is like right in the desert, and then there's like the coast. So we have a few minutes left, so we'll just get all the introductions out, and then we'll end the video there.
How do I know I can trust you? You may be as shifty as that pack rat Elzix who runs the inn. But if you need a potion, though, I suppose I can make you one. For a price, of course.
You gotta love Lysander. He's the grumpy old guy who doesn't trust anybody.
I know much about the ancient religions. I was trained as a paladin of Zakarum in the Eastern Koras Temple many years ago.
She's basically a paladin version of Charcy, so this is where you buy your main equipment. You're not gonna be able to beat anything I have. 54 through 5. Should have enough strength. I'm not. At least you have a bunch of socket items. That's really nice. Poison resistance. Don't need that. Alright. Elzix over here is basically the guide of Act 2. Or Act 1, I mean.
You look like a sturdy adventurer. You know, I used to be quite the scoundrel in my day. I led the fiercest group of bandits who ever terrorized these sands. Nowadays, I run this here inn and pretty much stay out of trouble. My days of adventuring are behind me.
Yeah, he's missing a hand, he's missing a foot, he's missing an eye. It's like, yeah, best stay out of trouble.
I bet you wonder how this town manages to stay safe with all the trouble going on out in the desert. Well, I can tell you that it's got nothing to do with the local town guards. They're all in the palace for some reason. Jaren hired me and my mercenaries to help keep the peace around here. We're not cheap, but we're the best this wasteland has to offer. Who goes there?
So Grease is really nice because he has paladin mercenaries. And combat basically allows you to heal yourself and heal your mana. And then offensive, I want to say, is Blessed Aim, which increases your attack rating. And defensive is Defiance Aura, which increases your defense. That's the main one to get, especially if you play a melee character like an Amazon or a Barbarian, because it just ups your defense, gives you a higher chance to block, gives the lower chance for enemies to hit you. You know, if you want something that's going to be like really heavy hitting on your mana, then I'd choose combat because it allows you for them to heal up your mana slowly over time. So, but we won't be getting a mercenary anytime soon. And then Drogman, he's...
I've heard that you are responsible for banishing Andariel back to the burning hells. I'm impressed, stranger. That couldn't have been easy.
Actually, it was.
My name is Drogman, and I know what you're up against, my friend. You ought to look over my inventory of items for trade.
He's one of the main characters in here that'll help you out with the storyline quite a bit.
Greetings.
And there's
I
Atma.
don't expect this of you, but if you want to help me, I would be grateful. In the sewers below our city, there lurks a horrid creature that hungers for human flesh. The creature has killed many, If you destroy it, I will reward you. Please, be careful though. That beast has taken enough from us already. The sewer entrance is through the trapdoor.
There's actually 2 sewer entrances. If you take the one up the trap door, it's the longer way. If you take the one that's down here, it's the shorter way. And then there's Geglash, town drunk.
Keep pestering me. Grays seems to have this place locked down nice and tight. Not that I couldn't have done the same. I've proven my valor in combat plenty of times.
Mashif.
Greetings, Amazon. I haven't seen one of your kind in many years. It's good to know that warriors of your caliber are protecting this city. I'm Mashif, captain of this ship here. I make port runs around the Twin Seas and occasionally out to Kingsport in Westmarch. I haven't sailed anywhere lately, though. Jaren has ordered me to stay docked here in case of emergency.
Mm-hmm.
Good day.
So yeah, 2 things. If you want more storyline, talk to all the NPCs. They usually have information on the quest you may be on, or you just use gossip and you'll get some random pieces of information or parts of the storyline. The Dark Wanderer, if you haven't caught on already, is Diablo. He's the hero from Diablo 1, but slowly being corrupted by Diablo 2. That sounds kind of redundant. He's basically a human shell now that Diablo is just walking around in. Simple as that. And Rodiment, it'll be our first boss in Act 2 in the next video. He's a goddamn annoyance because he's a harder version of the shamans. He's basically a mummy, but he also can bring all skeletons back within his range, and he's grouped up by like a lot of mages, and he can be really annoying to go against. But either way, that's the video. I know it might be a little shorter than normal, but we defeated Andariel, and in the next video we'll start Act 2, and the struggles will begin. Hope you guys' Tuesday's going good. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy, and yeah, catch you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys.